Happy Father's Day to the father of our nation, Your Excellency, Mr. President, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. While many are celebrating fathers as the leaders of their homes, I have chosen to celebrate you as the leader of our nation. And this is done with a heart that is broken into a million pieces. Mr. President, I acknowledge that you came into power and inherited decades of complex challenges. Leading a nation like Nigeria is no small feat. It's probably one of the most challenging jobs on the continent. But you accepted the call, sir. Because whether we accept it or not, or whether we acknowledge it or not, you knew or you felt you were capable. And personally, I think you are. The problems of our country are too many to mention. Too many to mention. But at a time like this, we need to be alive to survive. We need to be alive to thrive. We need to be alive to vote. We need to be alive to live, if that makes any sense. The issue of insecurity in our country is much more than the media and the awareness that we have of it. Since I was a little girl, I was born in the beautiful city of Jos, raised there, a city that suddenly became a battlefield. Till date, it's one riot after another. Thankfully, I'm here, but I know a lot of people who lost their homes, businesses, lives, loved ones to many of those riots, many of those killings. Mr. President, this video isn't about reminding you of the problems of the nation, because I know that you are aware, much more aware than I and a lot of other Nigerians. This video may never even get to you, but that's not the point. The point is, there are too many of us stating the problems we were born to meet. And in my private conversations with a lot of people, I keep asking one thing: what exactly is the solution? We're going to deal with insecurity today. And this is me making this video to you, sir, but also craving the indulgence of other Nigerians in Nigeria and in diaspora, and every other person, to say, you know what, we have complained about the problems enough. What is the way forward? I am no security expert, but I'm a Nigerian. I am a thinker. I am a lawyer. I am human. And I know that this issue of insecurity is not one above your powers, sir. You have conquered a lot of challenges to get to where you are. You are a strategist by my observation and by the acknowledgements of many. This strategy, we need it now, sir. And I know that nation building is not a job for one person. That is why, in my own little way, I am making this video to prefer what I may consider in the moment as support and solution. Firstly, sir, it is important that you make out time to visit some of these areas where this insurgency has taken place. The most recent, which is in the news now, is Benue State. Your presence in the place where the blood, the tears, the remains of your citizens is currently very fresh, and the hearts of those who survived broken and shattered. It's okay to address them via media, but it will be more impactful to visit them in person. Maybe, just maybe, going there, seeing their tears, seeing the remains, will give a clearer insight as to what these people are going through. That's the first solution I would prefer, to visit these areas and the victims of insurgency and the families of the victims of insurgency. The second solution I would prefer now will be to probably merge technology to our local security agencies. I know that that exists, but I'm not sure how efficient or active it is in the rural areas. Hence, why these things are happening there. By that I mean the use of drones, the use of modern technology, cameras, speed dial numbers to some of these places, to all of these places, will certainly make a difference. The third one will be to empower our security agencies and personnel. Many people have spoken about this, and it's not about speaking about it. We know that the system in some of these places very corrupt. But are we going to just continue to sing the song of corruption while millions of us lose our lives? The people who it's their primary responsibility to protect lives and property need to be empowered financially, mentally, and otherwise. If we're to be honest, it's difficult being underpaid and risking your life for a cause that doesn't seem to appreciate you enough. Mr. President, sir, I have personally observed that in places where there is development and infrastructure, there is hardly too much of this insurgency there. This tells me that if we can develop most of these communities, it is a step in the right direction. In the big cities, we hardly experience this. Why? Because for so many reasons. People are more cautious. The space in between housing, there's minimal space between buildings, more security agencies. There are more activities going on there. If we develop our communities, I honestly think that that is a step in the right direction in curbing some of these unfortunate killings, burnings, banditry, and insurgent activities we have across the country. Again, sir, I said I grew up in Jos, and for some reason, the places that were developed and had more infrastructure experienced little or none of the killings. There's so many other things that the security experts may bring to notice. But sir, this is not a time to keep silent. This is a time to engage. This is a time to listen. This is the time to be proactive. We will do the best we can beyond speaking on the internet, which in itself is a step in the right direction. We will do the best we can to also participate. All of us can't run away from Nigeria. Those of us who are here must give ourselves to the cause of building this nation. God bless you, sir, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.